This is going to be City of Port Richey Community Redevelopment Agency Board meeting for Tuesday, December 14. At this time, I'd like to stand and say the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Chairman Scott Tremblay.
Here.
Member Jenny Sorrell.
Here.
Member Todd McClary.
Here.
Member Tom Kinsella.
Here.
Member Linda Rodriguez.
Here.
City Attorney James Matthew.
Here.
City Manager John Duke. Let the record show that City Manager John Duke is absent from tonight's meeting, and in his place is Finance Director Rachel Dawson.
Here.
Thank you. At this time, I was looking for a motion to approve board minutes, and there appears to be 3 sets of minutes, so I'm looking for one motion for all 3 sets of minutes.
Motion to approve meeting minutes.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Going to move on to comments from the general public. I didn't see where anyone signed up, but there are members from the general public here, so if anyone would like to speak, we'll open the podium. Show of hands. Seeing no hands, we're going to move on to comments from the city management, if any.
None.
Okay. And comments from the board, if any.
None.
None, thank you.
All right, we're going to move on to board business at this time. There's only one item, and that's the approval of Phase 1 construction cost estimates. And at this time, I was going to pass that to city management for introduction.
Yes, so we received this from AIRS. This is the preliminary estimate of probable construction costs for Phase 1, Keys at Coney River. So we are just looking for a motion to approve them, and this would help to develop bids for construction of Phase 1.
I wanted to know if we, before we vote, we can open for discussion. One of the things that we had in Phase 1, I know that we had talked about in the feasibility plan, was whether or not we're going to put the sidewalk on the, I guess, the east side of the street versus the west side, coming from Old Post down and around. The question I had is,
West side versus east side.
The other way around.
right,
The other way around.
correct. I guess my point is, it was clearly more expensive to put it on the side, which would be the Gildog side, because of the terrain and the lack of actual property or land there. However, I think that if we're going to do it, the cost would be worthwhile, because in my humble opinion, it'll just be safer, and we had that discussion. Does this construction cost estimate account for that additional cost, which I think is going to be the more expensive route, to put it on the side where Gildog's is and that route, you know?
The only costs that we have are currently listed here. That's all we received from AIRS. Is that what you're asking?
Correct.
Yes, this is all we received so
But
far.
weren't they supposed to get us?
I thought we asked
Yeah,
for
we
that.
asked.
My question is, we had a plan review, and there was, we got comments from the city members and all that. We put in our own comments, and I know we're still trying to tweak, there's discussion of light poles and things like that. He's presuming looking for permission to go to bid, but what the heck are we bidding, and what is this price based off of? Does it include the sidewalk? What am I exactly approving here other than $990,000?
Yeah, so these are just the estimated costs. I think we were going to have another meeting to really discuss what you were looking, like structurally wise.
Can I comment on that?
Yes, please.
I don't know anything more than what's here, and there, what it says is the next step, which is this step, is to proceed with the development of bid packages that would have to be approved by you, these bid packages. Okay, in other words, we have to comply with our purchasing requirements here. Okay, so in other words, we don't do a bid, we don't have staff, and that's what we're paying them to do, is prepare a bid package to go out for the lighting, and I presume that bid package will come to you for approval before it goes out for the finer points. You understand what I mean? So So,
So-
I'm not saying you should vote on this if those details aren't done, but you're just voting on them to prepare a bid package. So if there's still a detail or something out there you approve the bid package before it goes out, you know, you could make that change then, or just say we're approving this, but we want to, you know, there's a few details, we want to see the bid packages first. You know, it's up to you.
Well, no,
I'm not selling it, you know.
No, I
I know
understand.
those details are out there, I'm sitting right here.
No, I understand what you're saying. My problem is I was told that the cost would be much greater to put it on one side versus the other. A lot of the costs are gonna fluctuate a little bit, and I think we all anticipate that even going out to bid, but if there's gonna be a larger cost and we don't know whether or not that's included in here, you know, that's my bigger issue with it. Because I'd like to know if we're going off the bid packages, whether or not this cost includes what we wanted to do now and then.
Yeah, I mean, I guess this is us saying, yes, proceed with bid package based on a conceptual price of $1 million. The problem I'm having is I don't know what that $1 million entails, so I can't tell you if we're going with a bid package because I don't know where we are in the realm of things. And what is a pretty major item, like where is the sidewalk going, to me would be something that should be worked out before you start putting together a bid package. Because I also don't want to approve going to a bid package and then him putting it on one side or the other side, it being too expensive, and we say, wow, that's way too much money. Oh, well, I'll redesign it and then charge you for that as well. I don't want to be paying for redesign costs for something that should be worked out before we start going into bid documents.
And what I was gonna ask, I'd be more comfortable moving this to the January 11th after that meeting and see if Ayers can either be here or have more detail in terms of what this entails.
Well, I thought, and maybe I'm wrong, and please correct me if I am, in our last meeting, they were coming back with a new set of documents showing us, you know, their conceptual idea for the sidewalk, their conceptual idea for this, that, and the other thing. We were then going to either finalize it and comment on it, and that's the set of documents they should be pricing. This estimate really means nothing to me because it's not something that this council has approved.
And the original, what you're referring to is all three phases too, it wasn't just phase one.
Well, yeah, we did want an estimate of the other phases, but for phase one, we wanted to know where's the sidewalk, what does the sidewalk look like? Do we have Gildog's permission to use the sidewalk?
Exactly.
None of that is worked out right now, and now it's, oh, here's $1 million and let's go to bid package. No, give me what I asked for originally, put a price together on it, and then I'll give you the proposal.
Because there's gonna have to be something really special done to get that sidewalk on Gildog property, which might incur footings and everything else in order to bring that wall up so that it's ADA approved also, because you can't have a wheelchair on a slant.
That's a several $100,000 sidewalk.
Exactly.
And we don't even have the land yet, so like we're, in my opinion, cart before the horse.
And what is $1 million including that? I have no idea. No one showed me a drawing of what this $1 million ties to.
Yeah, I agree with Councilman McClary. We asked for something to tell us where that sidewalk was going to be, and because it's not going to be just regular cement and everything else on the other side, we have to have some kind of cost. And it's got to be more expensive than just laying the cement.
Yeah, to me, we should almost be, and again, you can do it as alternates or whatever, but there should almost be two estimates here. Well, this is what you want for Gildog's sidewalk, and this is what you want for the sidewalk on the other side.
True.
Which set of bid documents do you guys want me to put together?
And has there been discussion with Gildog on whether or not they are willing to participate in it in
Yeah,
some way?
presumably before they put together the number, they got permission to do that, because that would be
Because if
even
they're
more
going to
foolish.
participate in it, he's going to want to know the details too.
So, and I think by consensus, we're probably all on board that I'm not comfortable with this until those things are worked out.
I'm not comfortable with it
I'm not
either.
comfortable either.
To me, they can finish their DD documentation, then they can come back to us for the CD documentation. And my expectation, since we approved $40,000 in payments, that includes that.
I agree.
You okay with that?
Yes, absolutely.
Do you have anything else to add? Okay.
She hasn't had time to study.
You just don't need to make a motion.
That's right. Okay.
You need to vote it down.
All right, so I guess we'll move on to old business at this point and close the item out. Any other business?
Not on CRA, thank you.
And we're looking for motion.
Motion to adjourn. Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, that
Do we
closes.
need 5 minutes to set up for the next one?
No,